Renewable energy is energy that is collected from renewable resources, which are naturally replenished on a human time scale, such as sunlight, wind, water, and geothermal heat, for electricity
But where
generation.
does all of this energy come from? Today we gather most of our energy from coal, oil and natural gas, also known as fossil fuels. Additionally, we gather energy from biomass, nuclear and renewables. Fossil fuels consist of extracted decomposed organisms and plants that existed millions of years ago. Biomass converts plants into biometric material to produce energy. Nuclear energy is released during nuclear fusion. Lastly, renewable energy comes from a source that's not depleted when used, such as wind or solar power. But what's the profound difference between them? How they affect our planet? Fossil fuels cost more than what we pay at the pump and impacts our environment in many ways. These impacts include global warming, air quality deterioration, oil spills, and acid rain. It's also projected that fossil fuel resources will be depleted within the next 50 to 100 years. Biomass and nuclear energy also have similar issues. We need a solution relatively fast, and luckily, we have one. Renewable energy comes from resources which naturally replenish in our lifetime, whereas fossil fuels are a one-time use resource in the human timescale. Resources for renewable energy include sunlight, wind, rain, tides, waves and geothermal heat. The best part is that we don't need to compromise our planet to harness it, nor do we have to rely on other nations for these resources, which history has shown to be a contributor to war, famine and political instability. So, how do we get this to look like this? Presently we have the technology to be 100% renewable reliant. The truth is, our infrastructure is built around our fossil fuel dependency. If we could convert our infrastructure to what's known as a supergrid, we would be able to rely on clean, renewable energy. So, what's it going to be? Will our children live in a world full of pollution? Or should they continue the path of evolution? To learn more about a 100% clean, renewable energy future, visit thesolutionproject.org.
Renewable energy sources are resources which can be replenished or regenerated for human time scale. So while non-renewable energy resources are those energy resources that cannot be replenished or regenerated for human time scale. So in terms of the effect of using renewable energy sources to nature, so we have this idea that renewable energy sources or resource doesn't affect the environment, but there are instances that the renewable energy resources affect the nature. In a way, for example, the dam, okay, the hydropower plant, that is renewable energy resource. So the effect of that to the environment, improper management of dam will result to flooding, because the role of the dam is to collect water coming from the different areas of different channels. If that is not properly managed, therefore there could be an instance that it could affect the lower areas within the dam when you release the water. So it might destroy the agricultural crops, and then the problem is that people will not benefit for the agricultural crops planting. Then how does it affect living organisms, including us? The non-renewable energy resources. So the effect of that to human organism, again, renewable is less in problems. Proper management of those renewable energy will result to pollution. That is the common pollution. It can either be water or air pollution. So we are affected in a way that there are diseases that could affect us. So diseases would be the most common effect of improper renewable energy resources. Then, maybe the best action that the government should implement is follow the rules, follow the procedures in doing that particular energy resources. So let's say for hydropower plant, we need to consider topography, geographical location, hydrographic allocations. So if the government follow those considerations, so there's no problem at all. My recommendation is that maybe we do some researches. You could keep on researching because again there are changes happening in the different implementations on how to construct, how to use renewable resources. If we are into researching, then that's the time that we are we are being enlightened by the different changes, so we can lessen, prevent arising problems.
My name is Dwight Lawrence Fernandez, a student and an officer in the Regional Logistics Editorial Board. For me, my answer is the geothermal power plants. We can see that this kind of technology helps humans to gain electricity by simply using the natural heat from inside the earth. We can see the impact of this technology is good to the nature because it doesn't need to use any kind of freezer but the natural heat inside the earth. That's all. Thank you. I guess the bad effects of geothermal power plants can be to multiple damages to the nature itself in terms of the creation of the power plant itself and the manpower that can be harmed in the production of this service environment.
Thank you.
So technology is the application of scientific knowledge to create something that is beneficial to the human beings. And example of technology that is applied in renewable energy resources is yung solar panel. Another example would be the biofuel, and also we have the geothermal energy. Impact of renewable energy technologies. One is, if with regards to the solar panel, there's no particular negative issue regarding the use of solar panel in extracting renewable energies. For the second one, which is the biofuel, the issue there would be the smoke that is being exhausted by the process of incineration in order to create to produce the biofuel. On the third technology that I have mentioned, which is the geothermal, one particular issue there is the safety when it comes to the location of the plants that is being constructed in order for those purposes. Now, if they are located near fault lines, rivers, riverbeds, and also other vulnerable areas for disaster.
Thank you po.